Making the most of a single day, 24 hours to push myself further than I ever have or ever even thought possible. What can be accomplished in a day? How many miles can be covered? When does the breaking point hit? Will my preparation, planning, and training be enough? So the Washington Island Ultra is quite a unique race. It actually has 4 different time formats in 36-hour, 24-hour, 12-hour, and 8-hour. It can be done solo or as a relay. I chose to do this race solo in the 24-hour time block. The course is actually set up in multiple small loops with a quarter-mile swim, a 10-mile bike, and a 2-mile run, with your race goal being how many loops can you complete. Now, since you don't need to do the loops in any particular order, it leaves a lot of room for strategy. So how did we get here? From my first triathlon 24 months ago, the road to this race has covered thousands of miles and hundreds of hours. I've gone on countless training sessions and done some incredible races. And through all that, I've met some of the most inspirational and charitable people I've ever known. Their stories of truly epic proportions have given me the belief in myself that I could even attempt something so audacious as a 24-hour race. As training became a lifestyle, plans were created and goals were accomplished. Early mornings into late nights, through cold and heat, sunshine and storms, no matter the conditions, if it was a possibility to race in it, you trained in it. Having never raced more than 12 hours, I needed to prepare my body and mind for what 24 hours of constant effort was going to be like. Planning out weekly sleep deprivation training events, cycling and running through the night, and then working all day helped immensely to build some flexibility into my varied structured patterns.
Just can't get over this. I hope the GoPro can capture what it actually looks like out here, because oh my god, it's just incredible.
Endurance racing is often thought of as an individual sport, and while that may be true for the competitor out on the course, no one out there can be successful at these extremely long distances without a support team. I owe this race completely to my crew. Andy and Chad were there for the planning of this adventure, ensuring I had everything I needed the entire day at both my solo Ironman and the 24-hour race. I think they learned as much from my mistakes as I did, and I credit them for keeping my nutrition in this race spot on after the bad day I had at my solo Ironman. They also took turns running with me, ensuring my pacing was spot on and I had company throughout the night. Once the training's completed, nutrition is planned, food and gear is all packed, and my race plan is in place, we set off for Washington Island.
Slept all right last night. The 36 hours are hitting the water and kind of jealous. It's actually just absolutely beautiful out there. I like glass, and hopefully it'll stay that way. Forecast looks like it will. Get some breakfast, get some hydration. We'll get on with this thing.
The race morning was strange. The start wasn't until 10 a.m. And there's a lot of downtime before you actually get kicked off. It is a chill sort of downtime though. There isn't any frantic activity like before an Ironman. I was in great spirits and excited to start the day. plan was to get most of the swim in first, if the conditions were favorable, and they couldn't have been better.
Good job, man.
The lake was amazing, super smooth and warmer than I thought it would be. The time just cruised by, and I was done with my swim section way before I thought it was going to be.
Good job, bud. Yeah, that's fine. Better than expected? Worse than expected?
It was great. Water temperature was good. Started to get a little bumpy about halfway through,
Okay.
but nothing too terrible.
Good.
So we'll see what it looks like later, but I'm glad I got everything in right away.
Yep, you bet. You did great.
A little rocky on the entrance and exit, so we'll see if that comes up later. Those kind of hurt a bit.
Is it? Like cut?
Left one. I don't know. We'll look when we get back.
Okay.
It's interesting always seeing the same people.
Yeah, right? We're gonna walk the bike over with you. We decided to leave it there just for now, just because we can load all your stuff up while you're changing.
Sounds like a good plan.
From there I moved on to the bike. I was excited to see what the course was like not having the opportunity to ride it beforehand. And I was blown away. Such a beautiful ride. Through tree-covered winding roads with glimpses of the lake, to lavender fields and some really unique farm homesteads. The first loop was over before I knew it.
How you doing, sir? Yeah? You liking it?
This mountain, we're walking.
Yeah. How you doing on water and stuff?
Good. All set. I gotta drink more this next go around.
Okay.
I didn't drink much on that one because should be right about where I was guessing.
You got it, man. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, better.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yep.
Getting into the afternoon, I kept at it on the bike, noticing for the first time just how long these loops were taking. When compared to the 8-minute loops in the water, counting up the 40-minute bike loops seemed to go excruciatingly slow. Knowing the bike section would take longer than any other, I cycled on into the night. With the headlight on, I was able to see pretty well. I even spotted a silver fox just after dusk. I was surprised at just how peaceful this was. With no cars and extraordinarily bright stars, the road seemed to just slip by underneath, and miles just ticking away. The plan for the run was to get it started and knocked out almost completely at night. It would be much cooler then, and I didn't have to worry about crashing on the bike. Andy and Chad took turns running with me throughout the night, and it was fantastic to have the company, even if we were silent the majority of the time.
Well, 2 a.m. We're still going. Got about 8 hours left to go. Running up and down this road in the dark. Not much to see, except the stars. Temperature's good, very humid. And I think this is loop 13. So I think this one will complete the marathon. And then that'd be cool. But I think I'm gonna get out on the bike yet again a couple more times in the dark here. Well, here we are finishing up the last loop of the run. So this is loop number 17. This has been just an incredible weekend, an incredible 24 hours. Not even there yet. I think we're at about 19 hours. And I just cannot believe how this has went so far. You couldn't have planned a more perfect race. The weather has been just incredible. The temperatures are fantastic. It was calm for the swim. It wasn't too windy for the bike. It's been nice, and you got a breeze for the run at night. And I am more shocked that 19 hours in, a little over, and my body is still holding up on me. Andy and Chad have done something right to keep me going here, because after that last Ironman attempt, when I crashed so hard after 5 hours, I never knew what was going to happen here. But I still had a little ways to go yet. We got 3 loops on the bike to get to 17 and 2 more loops in the water, but I think time permitting, I'm actually going to be able to get to 18 loops without breaking pace, just keeping right on where we're at. So as I walk back into the finish line here, listening to the birds and the waves crash and the sun slowly rises, can't help but think how lucky I am to be here. This is quite magical. Very fortunate to be able to do things like this. All the late nights, all the overnights, all the early mornings. It was worth it.
Back into the water. Washing the salt and sweat off my skin felt just incredible, and with it seemed to flow all the accumulated fatigue I had acquired so far. I felt refreshed, rejuvenated. My goal was a half mile away, and there was 2.5 hours remaining.
Okay.
While swimming out on those first 2 loops, I started doing some math to see just what was possible. I thought if I could just push a little bit harder, 2 more complete loops would be within reach. 17 loops completed, and now it's a race. How far can I push this?
2 hours and 22 minutes left.
I set off hard on the last 2 swim loops. I made up my mind at this point. I had a new goal. The race was on. Out of the water and throwing my previous biking pace out the window, I set off with everything I had. At this point, with my main goal accomplished, I felt I had nothing to hold back for. If I cramped or bonked or even crashed, I could go home happy knowing that I'd given it everything I had.
Do I have sunglasses here? No?
Here, wait a minute. Lap 18 on the run.
Trying not to blow up on the run.
But you feeling good?
Feeling good. Feeling close to cramps. That last bike was a harder effort than I've been putting in. Because I'm close. If everything goes perfect, I could get to 19. If I start cramping on this run, it ain't gonna happen. But feeling good. This is about as fast as I can run, and we're at 9:07.
Doing some math in my head, I knew when I rolled back into transition,
Good job.
I had just enough time to push through a run and still make another swim.
Good job, Mr. Hoehn. You crushed that one.
Can someone grab the sleeve of the sweatsuit? One more run. Maybe one more swim. Closing in on the final bits of the run. I can see the finish line. That'll be the end of loop 19, or 38 miles. And I'm gonna go jump in the water one more time.
How was the experience?
It's fantastic. The crew was fantastic. They knew what I wanted before I wanted it. That's all I can ask for.
What are you gonna do to treat yourself after this little victory?
Oh, I don't know. I need some ice cream, I think.
Another awesome announcement. There's a gentleman coming.
He's going for one more. He's gonna get 20 swims in. Got 19.
Got time.
Yeah. There you go, Rob. Victory lap right here.
Overall, I came to 233 miles. We swam for 5 miles, I biked for 190, and I ran for 38. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever believe that this would be possible. This was truly the race of a lifetime.